So thank you everyone for attending this Let's Go Zero webinar with Surfers Against Sewage and Positive Pupil Power. Really excited for you to get to know Surfers Against Sewage and all the brilliant programs that they've got with schools. Just before I hand over to Lara, who's our presenter for today, I'm just going to quickly introduce to you, for those of you who are new to the Let's Go Zero campaign, Let's Go Zero. So Let's Go Zero is a campaign for all schools, colleges and nurseries across the UK to sign up to show their intent and ambition to get to zero carbon, to prove that there's a movement for change and a growing demand from schools across the UK. So then we can, with your collective voice, go to government and show that this demand is there and call on the government for support in terms of guidance and resources, but also support in terms of funding to decarbonise our buildings, to run those eco-sustainability sessions in our schools. And it's really amazing. So this is just a little snapshot of the schools that have signed up to the campaign, and we are almost at 3,000 schools, colleges and nurseries. So we're very excited to see this growing network of schools who have this ambition with this collective action. It's amazing to see. So we at Let's Go Zero are actually a coalition of organisations. So I work for Ashton, who lead the campaign, but actually we're backed by a whole host of organisations. And I've just realised that a lot of logos are missing on this slide, including Surfers Against Sewage, who are here today to present. So there are 16 organisations that are all behind the Let's Go Zero campaign, all here to support you to become more sustainable, improve biodiversity, understand the world around us. And we support you through newsletters, through signposting and guidance, competitions, webinars like this one today, as well as our brilliant Climate Action Advisors programme, which are real life people based in England that can support schools with their climate action plans. So please do go onto our website and find out more about all the various support there is for you. Everything we do in Signpost is free for schools. We're a charity, and so we're here to help you on your climate action journey. One amazing event that I would like to just bring to all your attention is this summer with the Let's Go Zero Coalition, plus many other partners. We have come together to organise the Climate Action Countdown, which is a month-long event celebrating what schools are already doing for climate action and sustainability, raising awareness and supporting schools to take that next step on the climate action journey. So what we're asking you to do is do one action per day between the 7th of June to the 5th of July to take action for the climate. And there is a calendar of events, which I'll show to you just here, which shows you all the various different actions, and you can pick and mix the various actions to suit you around what your school timetable, around your school classes. So things like labeling your bins and knowing which one's going to recycling, which one's going to landfill. There's maybe a bit more ambitious things like organising a swap shop, whether it's a clothes swap shop or a book swap shop. And you can sort of pick and mix which ones suit you best. But it's all about coming together, taking action, and there are weekly prizes as well up for grabs. So if you use the hashtag Climate Action Countdown, and tweet us on social media or share what you're doing to us via our inbox, you'll be entered into a prize draw with brilliant sustainability prizes. So do go on, there's loads more to come. There are activity packs for primary schools and secondary schools to help you do these actions. There will be newsletters and blog posts every day to support you on this journey. And this calendar can also be used throughout the year with your eco club or with your school to give you inspiration and ideas of how you can take action in your school. So it doesn't just have to be for this month. So just before I hand over and introduce Lara, I just wanted to signpost you to our other webinars that are coming up, planned till the end of June. Obviously today we're in the Surfers Against Sewage one, but in early June we've got Teachers, Hear the Youth Perspective on Climate Education with our friends at SOS UK coming along, and we're going to hear from young people about their perspective on climate and education. And then at the end of June, we've got one focused on green jobs, skills and green careers with a whole host of speakers. That one is slightly longer than usual because we feel that it's really important sort of to support careers guidance and schools to embed and help young people into their future careers and future jobs. But that's enough from me because you're not here to hear me talk. I'd love to introduce you to Lara, who's the Education Manager at Surfers Against Sewage. Lara joined Surfers Against Sewage in May of 2023, following an amazing career in education as a teaching assistant, teacher, and then head teacher. She works with an incredible education team whose goal it is to develop ocean activists and build ocean literacy through educational resources, events and activities. Surfers Against Sewage run Plastic-Free Schools, an accreditation program which empowers pupils to reduce plastic in their school communities and ocean school, both which she will discuss today. So I'll stop sharing my screen and hand over to Lara. Thanks.
Okay. Hopefully, give it a second and it'll just warm up. I'll be sharing my screen with you, and just while that is warming up, thank you for joining me today and listening to what I'm going to share about Surfers Against Sewage. Yeah, it's an amazing programme and hopefully you'll get caught out of today. And I generally have a team with me, but it is just me on my own today because we have an ocean school session taking place. So it's just me, and I know your time is precious, so I will keep to time as well. So I just want to start by giving you a little bit of background to SAS and what we campaign for. Then we'll explore Ocean School and Plastic-Free Schools and go into a bit more detail about those different objectives on the programme and how to receive an accreditation. I've also included some short videos from staff who are already running the Plastic-Free Schools programme to give you a real flavour of what you should expect if you would choose to sign up or encourage anyone else to do so. And there'll be a couple of opportunities for questions. So rather than just asking all the way through, it might be easier if there's a few points at which you can ask questions. And I think there's a chance at the end as well. So who we are. Surfers Against Sewage began in the early 1990s. So basically a group of surfers who got really sick of swimming in poo and sanitary products. We were and still are a really daring and impassioned campaigning organisation who are mobilising people to make change. You might have even seen there was a paddle out last weekend. All around the country, people are really sick of it now and coming out in their thousands to protest, and it was really good to see. But today we're also more than surfers, and it would be a leap to call myself a surfer. I'm a slow learner in that department, and we've grown from a team of about 20 people who probably were all surfers a few years ago to nearly.
I think we have just lost Lara. Please bear with us.
Can you hear me still?
Hiya, you okay?
I think I got kicked out of the meeting. I'm not sure what happened. It was probably my end, but I'm going to try and just do that again.
Sorry about that. Teams has a mind of its own, as we were saying.
This is what we said. It's always a new problem. It's like, well, that's not happened before. Bear with me and see if this is going to work. Okay, I think I might have to do slightly differently because it's not liking to do in Teams. So I might just try and share my screen instead. Sorry, everyone, best laid plans. Bear with me.
Brilliant. You can see that.
Okay, let's just flick through. Okay, let's hope that doesn't happen again. If it does, I'm really sorry, but I'll do my best to come back. So yeah, how do we get to where we are today? Our heritage is really clear in our name, really, and we're proud of our roots and keep our heritage alive in our name and through our continued passion and connection with the ocean. Our HQ is actually within a stone's throw of the sea. So we started 30 years ago in Porth Town Hall on the north coast of Cornwall. A group of surfers, as I was saying, they were just getting sick, really, and wanted to clean up the sea so they could stop getting sick. But soon we realised it wasn't just people getting sick from ocean pollution, it was the planet too. So we started rising up on more issues: plastic pollution, ocean recovery, the climate emergency, bringing together a bigger and bigger community of ocean activists, giving them the tools to take action on the ground that triggers real change at the top. Now our campaign includes mobilising young people, building their knowledge and understanding of the issues we're facing and supporting them to become our next generation of campaigners. So at SAS, we believe that for people to thrive and live life to the fullest, the ocean must thrive too. And so we campaign to confront everything that threatens it, to help us achieve a thriving ocean and thriving people. But as a campaigning organisation, we know that change can't happen without people power, and that the key to turning the tide is to build a passionate community of ocean lovers who are willing to take a stand in whatever way they can. And that's why we try and create ocean activists everywhere. People who will write to their MP, attend a protest, sign a petition, run a beach clean, sign up to be a plastic-free community or a plastic-free school. In short, take action for the ocean. From large-scale community mobilisation events like our Million Mile Clean, which sees over 100,000 volunteers clean up 10 miles of UK beach, river, city or mountainside, to our hard-hitting campaigns raising awareness of the ocean issues, and our unique tools to help people enjoy the water, like our Safer Seas and Rivers service, which provides real-time pollution alerts for swim and surf spots across the UK. SAS works to protect the ocean and all it makes possible on many fronts. So, onto the education side of SAS. As I mentioned, this is twofold. So we have Ocean School and we have plastic-free schools. I want to share with you Ocean School first. So as part of the education team, we run sessions on the beach, which I mentioned happening today, with young people to connect them to the ocean. These are really heartwarming sessions, and the young people leave with both that desire to protect and to enjoy our marine environments. At the moment, we don't offer these to the wider public as we work directly with youth charities on it. However, we are looking to expand that offer. And so for that reason, it's really worth you knowing about it anyway. The QR codes will take you to some more details about that, so you can always check those out later. We do have a set of resources on the website which people can download and use to run their own ocean school, and that's basically mirrors the exact ocean school that we run. So it's a really useful opportunity to be able to take your own class down, or however you want to use them, even as parents or families. And I'll share that link afterwards, but as I said, you can follow it through on the QR code. Yeah, so then I wanted to just have a look and share this with you. So last year we had a few videos made of our ocean school just to be able to get a flavour and to really show that impact on how it affects children really in such a positive way. And the one I'm going to share with you is about Blue Mind, and I think it resonates with me a lot, and I'll have a go at sharing with you now. Fingers crossed it works. So yeah, that's one of the films, and I think even watching it again, it's a really special feeling. And when I was a head teacher, I bought a group from a school in Truro to do it, to do Ocean School. I think it's one of the first sessions Surfers Against Sewage were doing, and I had maybe 10 children with me, 3 of which hadn't never been to the beach. And I mean, we're just Truro's 10 miles away from the beach. It was incredible to see the impact on them whilst they were there, and to take that back to school, and they got the school parliament behind it, everything. It was really exciting. And we do hope to be able to offer this to schools as well in the future. It's just about the moment, the capacity. So that's why I've been working with charities to do it in a sort of more localized way. But that's definitely something we want to be looking at. So because the coast is not accessible to everyone, we've also created Digital Ocean School, which is a 360 experience. And I'm going to play a video here just to explain what it is so you can get an idea of it. So yeah, that sort of gives you a bit of a flavour of Digital Ocean School, and that's really from an accessibility perspective. We just wanted to make sure that people can still have a similar experience that we do on the beach with children, wherever you are in the country. So we've got, I think, 5 scenes on there at the moment, and all of them have the 360-degree format. So it's really engaging for kids to get involved and have a look and click on stuff, find out information, quizzes at the end, you become an ocean activist. It's really good. And this summer we're really excited that we're developing a new scene, and that's exploring the seagrass beds in Cornwall, which really we wanted to focus on something positive, because we really know that we need positive stories when it comes to the environment as well. Climate anxiety is huge. Thank you. I just saw that comment popping up. That's really good to see. So yeah, we've got that one coming. So keep post it, keep having a look and check in. That QR code again, hopefully should take you to Digital Ocean School, but it's super easy to find anyway. So yeah, those are our Ocean School side of things. So if there are any questions at this point about the Ocean School side of things, so Digital Ocean School and our in-person Ocean School, do please ask away.
Thanks, Lara. I'm sorry, Alison. Sorry. Really, just very quickly, just to comment with the Exploring the Digital Ocean online tool is actually part of the Climate Action Countdown as well. So we really do encourage you to go on and have an explore and let us know and be entered into the prize draw as well. But I've just seen in the chat someone saying that they, it's brilliant that you thought of how to be so inclusive and include everyone, regardless of if they're right by the coastline or not, it's just such an amazing tool.
Oh, that's really good to hear, because I think, and that's what we want to do more of. So we've got lots of big, ambitious plans about how we develop education further at Surfers Against Sewage. And I think the idea that we want to get some setups around the country so we can do an ocean school in different places and get our reps to run those would be really nice, so it's a little bit more accessible for other people. I've also got an idea about doing residentials, but we'll see about that when we get there. But yeah, again, there'll be some other opportunities to ask questions at the end if anyone thinks of anything they want to know about. So the next section is plastic-free schools. I think first off, the name plastic-free schools can fill any school leader with fear. So I know that from my perspective, when I was a head teacher and setting up a brand new school, I was like, oh, this looks amazing, but plastic-free schools, how am I going to do that? I know how much plastic is in a school. So it's not about getting rid of all the plastic in the school, it's about reducing single-use plastic. And that's what this program supports schools to do. So this is a map of all the schools we've got signed up to plastic-free schools. It's a UK-wide movement and started off in 2017 with just a handful of schools. And now I think we're at about 3,700 plus. So that's 11%, I think, just about of all UK schools. So we're really proud of that. It's really growing. Just closing that, sorry. So yeah, I just wanted to share these pictures with you because this is something really recent that's happened. This is a school in the Isle of Wight who are a plastic-free school. They choreographed a whole dance about plastic pollution using plastic to make their costumes, and our bags, as you can see, are litter sacks and stuff. And they won the competition, which is especially brilliant. But it's a really great example of that creating ocean activists everywhere. They're a really active school, and yeah, we were just really proud of what they did, and it's just really nice to see how inspired they were to do that. So what is Plastic-Free Schools? Plastic-Free Schools is a power-waking, change-making, pupil-led education programme which teaches young people the value of their voice in the fight against single-use plastic. By giving pupils the tools and confidence to challenge, question and act, we're creating tomorrow's force of fired up campaigners who know that they can make a difference. With resources for all ages and a connected community of signed up schools, we're working to eradicate single-use plastic from our environment and empower young people to lead the charge. Once schools sign up, we send them a physical welcome pack full of resources and give them access to their own online dashboard where they can also find resources and upload their evidence. The programme is completely free and all resources are fully linked to the national curriculum and other relevant guidelines, which we'll explore a little bit more in detail over the next few slides. But just to reiterate, there is no cost associated with the programme, and we provide hundreds of really incredible resources all for free as well. So again, from a school leadership perspective, I'd have bitten my hand off if I'd have seen this in time to properly sign up. So it's excellent. It's a really good programme. So it's made of 5 objectives to complete, and they've all been designed to form the basis of a schools plastic-free schools campaign and guide pupils on a journey of positive pupil power. We recommend schools completing them in the order suggested, but they can be completed in any order depending on what suits the school and the pupils, and they can be run as lessons or as extracurricular activities. It's worth noting that in addition to these objectives, teachers will find loads of extra resources on their dashboard, including lesson plans, worksheets and fact sheets. And they cover topics such as plastic pollution, water quality and climate change, and also hit key curriculum targets. So again, it's a really useful, once you get into that dashboard, there's so many useful resources. It's really excellent. So we're just going to have a look at a couple of these, we'll look at the objectives in a bit more detail. So these are snippets from a teacher's pack. So this is what you would receive as a teacher in a physical form, but also online. And the teacher's pack outlines how plastic-free schools links to the curriculum and other guidelines. And it also unpacks how to make adjustments to the programme to suit different special educational needs. So I'm not going to talk through each link, but just give you an overview of the objective. So that first objective is the action plan. And that's about a starting point really for a pupil-led positive environmental campaign. It introduces the problem of plastic pollution, and then pupils are asked to recognise the role that they can play within their school to create positive change. Pupils will form an action group, hold a meeting and announce their plans in assembly. And then objective 2 is a bit more high energy. This is a trash mob. And this is where pupils would take to playgrounds and school grounds and complete a high energy cleanup. And it's linked to science, reporting and presenting findings, because there's a lot of citizen science involved with that. We upload data which actually informs Surfers Against Sewage and our campaign, so it's really useful. And there's lots of maths in there as well. We just didn't include it, but there's lots of tallying in addition, and always lots of maths involved. Objective 3 is about contacting government. And in this objective, pupils will be contacting their local MPs and asking them to support their work. This is an opportunity to question and seek answers. Clearly, it has a really strong link to written and spoken English, along with PSHE and how democracy works. And this spring, we've also created a brand new election resource pack, which is just like hot off the press. I'm proofreading at the moment. And that links to this objective. And it's important, really important to stress here that we are completely impartial. and we don't support or challenge any specific political party. We raise the issues with all MPs and ask them to support us in reducing single-use plastic and improve water quality. And schools do, obviously, we know in school you learn about democracy, and this supports that, and it supports developing pupil voice. So yeah, that'll be coming soon as well. Anyone that signs up will get that in the next few months, I think, or month. And then objective 4 is about challenging industry. So in a very similar way to challenging or contacting government, pupils will contact the brands they found polluting their playground and use the power of their voice to ask them to clean up their act. And then finally, objective 5 is about challenging yourselves. And this is where we tie it all together. And the aim is to remove 3 single-use items from the school. And this could be replacing plastic cutlery with reusable cutlery, replacing plastic cups with reusable cups, holding off on laminating, good luck with that, or removing plastic book covers. We'll also include a link to the follow-up resources to a helpful article showcasing what other schools have chosen to remove. And there's a bit of, I've got a few video snippets from staff in a minute, and they share some of those things that they've removed. So that should be quite interesting. So once schools have completed those 5 objectives and submitted the evidence onto their dashboard for us to approve, pupils get to celebrate. We award schools their official plastic-free school status and send them their plaque to display proudly in their school. But the work doesn't stop there. So once schools have achieved their plastic-free school status, we grant them access to our expansion pack on their online dashboard. And we've designed this to be a continuation of the programme that allows pupils to develop and build on their amazing work. Or it's a really great opportunity to carry out the programme with a whole new group of pupils. And then each year they receive a new plaque, and they all fit together, and this is brand new as well, to make a really beautiful wave. So it's just a really lovely thing to display in the school and for children to be proud of. So similar to the original programme, the expansion pack has 5 objective cards for pupils to work their way through, and focuses on creating even more positive change within schools, industries and government. It makes sure that the changes that were made in the original programme have remained, and that the single-use plastics that were removed have stayed out. So it encourages pupils to reflect on those changes. Are they having a positive impact? Is there more they could be doing? And as I say, schools get that newly scribed plaque each time they complete the programme, which is definitely something to show off. So I'm aware that's quite a lot of information in a short period about plastic-free schools. And as I said, there will be an opportunity to ask any questions at the end if you have questions about that. But I did just want to show you, as I said, give you a few tasters of some schools that are running the programme at the moment, whether they're primary. There's a nursery example as well. So I'm just going to hand over to some of these teachers now. I think there might have been some difficulty with sound there, but I think it was really nice that they're trying with that plastic-free school lunches, because that's actually quite a battle for some people, and that's quite a big one. I would say that's quite a big one to tackle first off. I think if you've started a school and you've got a baseline and you're just going straight in with that, then it's a good opportunity to do it. But to actually ask parents to do that is quite hard, and hats off that they're doing it, because that's one of the more challenging things to do, I would say, but really good. Okay, there's another one here. Again, some really lovely ideas there, actually, and it's really nice to see those images of what schools are doing. There's just one more. The quality on this one is a little, I had to compress it a bit, so it works, but they just look a bit wobbly. So yeah, I just thought it was nice to share some of those, really, to get an idea of how this is actually looking in schools, and to really see how easy in some respects. And I know there are certain challenges. Time is one of the biggest challenges, and I know that from working in schools. But and this might come up in some, I'll share some of these with you in a minute. This might come up in a question, but I think one of the best things about plastic-free schools is that the resources are so good that anyone can just pick up and run with them. So if you have a teaching assistant, or if you have a parent volunteer, they could easily be doing this in PPA time or as an after school activity. So it's really nice for that as well. So these are some of those really nice examples, and just finishing up with this, really just some really nice images of some of the really those nice ways, some of the evidence, sorry, that we have that gets uploaded to us to share. And so once we see all of these things, this means we can accredit a school once they achieve everything. So you can see they've got display boards, the letters to government, the replies from industry and replies from government. So yeah, that's us. And I think that's probably the end of me. So yeah, just over to anyone for any questions, really.
Thank you so much, Lara. We had a couple of questions in the chat. The first was about the Ocean School and how can people access the films and online resources?
Yeah, the online resource should be on the QR code. So it's I think it's just digitaloceanschool.com, but I can check. And also the videos are all on the Surfers Against Sewage YouTube channel. So what I'll do is I'll make sure you've got those as well. There's some brilliant videos on there. There's another, I think we've got 3 or 4 more from Ocean School last year, but we also do have, I'll stop sharing now. We also have some really excellent plastic-free schools videos from Naomi Wilkinson about how you run those sessions in school, about pupil power assemblies up there. There's a lot of stuff on our YouTube channel, so I'll make sure you've got that.
Perfect, thank you. Someone has just asked in the Q&A box, if most schools, so most plastic-free schools, have they also achieved the Eco Schools green flag?
That's a really good question. We haven't done a sort of looking at the parallels between them or comparisons, but the only thing is I think we've tried to remove barriers, and I know again from being in school that Eco Schools is fantastic, but it is quite expensive. So I think, you know, I guess this is an option that's free, which helps the accessibility in that respect. But yeah, I'm sure one thing I've been trying to look at is there's so many amazing programs that are happening that different organizations are doing, that it'd be really nice if we could see, well, if you do this objective here, it meets that objective there. And that's a piece of work that I'd really like us to be able to do at some point in the future.
Yeah, that would be really, really interesting. Another question, do you also work with secondary schools?
Yes, so the programme is for nursery and primary and secondary. So we didn't hear from any secondary schools there, but it is Key Stage 3 as well, but mainly going up to Key Stage 3 rather than Key Stage 4. But then all the resources are so adaptable that you could easily, you know, pitch it higher or lower, depending. So, yeah.
Okay, great, thank you. And someone asked, have you found that schools on the coast are more engaged than those maybe inland?
That's really interesting. Yeah, it's actually quite a good spread. We do have some really active schools that are not on the coast. I think it's probably easier to, in some ways, it's more attractive maybe to coastal schools. But I think because people are seeing such an issue with sewage pollution, and Surfers Against Sewage obviously quite high in the media about that issue, that I think we're finding lots of inland schools are signing up as well because of water quality and bathing water in those areas and stuff. So I think it's getting a wider spread. And when you look at the map of where our schools are, we've got a lot in central and northern England as well, not on the coast. So yeah, it's quite a broad spread.
Great, thank you. Yeah, I would just say that if you any other questions, we can follow up via email because I think we're out of time. But thank you so much. And yeah, I'll pass back to Suzanne.
Brilliant, thank you, Alison, and thank you so much, Lara, for sharing your 2 brilliant programs with everybody. What I'll do now is edit the recording and send it around to everyone who's registered and our audience here today. In the next couple of days, I'll also include all the useful links that Lara shared within the email. More than happy to follow up. So if you reply straight back to that email, if you have any other questions, more than happy to follow up or pass them directly on to Lara if you're happy to share your contact details, and then she can get in touch separately. But really, really a big thank you to Lara. Sorry about the little technical issues with Teams.
No, I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. It's like, oh, and suddenly everyone's gone. What happened? It could have been me.
Yeah, no, brilliant. Yeah, really big thank you, Lara, and thank you everyone who's come along this afternoon after the school day. And any questions, please do follow up, and we'd love to hear from you.
Oh, thank you for having me, guys. It's really nice to be able to share this with people, and yeah, it's just a great program. So yeah, lovely to be able to share it.
Thank you so much.